Thank you. Welcome to another Impulse podcast, a podcast created for queer people by queer people to explore what it's like to be queer in today's society. My name is Carlos.
And I'm Jamal.
And today we're going to be talking about the apps. The apps have changed the way we communicate with each other, especially in our community. We use them for hooking up, for networking, for friendship. Yeah, it's how I met my husband, actually. So we're going to be talking about that because sometimes it can lead to some very risky behavior. And you can lose yourselves in the apps. You know who you are. Mm-hmm. But before we start, I want to introduce our guest for today, the one, the only Mikey Loy, app expert extraordinaire from Wilton Manors, Florida, the mecca of the app usage.
Slightly. But thank you so much for having me today.
But before we get into that, we want to talk, as we talk about every episode, is how are we impulsing today? And I'm going to lead the conversation on that. I am impulsing travel, and a little adventure, a little curiosity. I've been traveling a little bit and it's been getting me going. All right. Okay. And how about you, Carlos?
I am impulsing work. There's so much work coming in right now, and I'm very happy about it. I love working. Yeah, it gives me energy.
Money.
It's not just money. I just like to keep my hands busy. Yeah.
In many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Mikey?
How are you impulsing?
I'm impulsing my company and empowerment.
Oh.
I started a new company about a year ago, and it's growing, and it's going really well, and focusing on myself, focusing on that, and just...
What's the name again?
Obsessive Cleaning and Detailing Services.
You sound like Carlos.
Yes.
Yeah.
OCDS.
OCDS. Me and Carlo may have a little collaboration in the beginning.
Oh, a little business rendezvous?
We did.
Okay.
He is very creative.
Yes, I know. That's why he's here.
But we're here to talk about the apps. The apps, like I said earlier, have really changed the way we communicate.
So I come from pre-app time. Growing up in New York City, going out, when I first started going out, I had a flip phone. No, I didn't have a flip phone, but I had a BlackBerry. There were no full apps, but it was the start of the internet time of Adam for Adam, Craigslist ads,
BGC Live.
Things of those natures. So I've seen the development from actually going out in person and interacting with people to then going to a completely virtual realm. And for the last 10 years of my life prior to starting my company, I was an international flight attendant, so I actually got to use the apps all around the world and make new friends and
networking.
Friends.
I mean, they're all friends.
They're all friends.
Yes.
All friends.
So let's really deep dive into what these apps have revealed. Let's talk about your personal experience. Love, lust, loneliness, connection. What has it revealed personally for you in your experience using the apps, since you have used them worldwide, which gives you a broader perspective than most people?
So I'm going to add all of the above, and in one day.
Oh, okay.
So it varies because I've had boyfriends from the apps. I've had one-night stands. I've had very sketchy encounters that I'm like, I might die today. I have got invited to parties all around the world just because, you're only in town for a night and you got to see this and you got to do this. So the apps have definitely opened up the gay community all around the world because you do make so many connections, and it can be a version of networking and then it could be a version of fun. Mm-hmm. But the experiences that I have gotten to do, all because of a little app on the phone, has definitely changed my life.
Oh, for the better? Or has it just widened your perspective?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Definitely a little bit of both, because as of right now, I'm single, which is fine. I'm enjoying my life. I'm living it to the best. And I've had a lot of great relationships, and I've definitely gotten to experience things that most people wouldn't be able to do in their lifetime. Like, for example, the first time I was ever in Bangkok, in Thailand.
Bangkok.
Just flew 14 hours working, and I was all screwed up with my time, and it was nighttime, and I'm like, well, I don't want to go to sleep yet, and it's my first night in Bangkok, and I want to do something, and I'm like, I know no one. I know nowhere to go. I don't know anything. So I logged onto the apps and I was looking around. And at that point, I'm like, oh, I'll just find a little, maybe some local flavor to come over and have a little fun. And I wound up getting taken to a rave in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Wow.
The person's like, oh, let's go out for a drink. And that one drink led to 30-something hours of
I love
consistent partying. Which was insane and incredible. And I got to meet so many people and made so many connections and made friends that I still talk to today. That most people in their, if that app wasn't around, I would have just stayed in my hotel room, put on some TV, ordered some room service, and went right to sleep.
Wow. Okay. So we want to broaden this this topic because we're not just talking about the apps today out there in the audience. We're talking about the apps and the dangers that lurk on the apps. So yes, you had a great time, great party atmosphere, but you've done a little research for us today about emojis and some underlying underworld stuff that happens on the apps. And so that's what we're here to bring, because a lot of people just aren't aware of what certain things mean on the apps. So let's quickly dive in. You gave us some homework, Child.
I
Child, we
did.
got a whole
I
worksheet.
did.
Child, Mikey done came and
Came here to work.
gave us work. We thought we was asking questions. We got asked questions. And if you're not familiar, on the apps, some people put emojis on their profiles.
Yeah.
Can
On
you
their
tell
name
us
and stuff like that, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so from the dawn of time, we used to use hieroglyphics to communicate, and then we formed a language. And then once we have evolved our language, we went right back to hieroglyphics. So if you're familiar with any of the apps or websites or things that are still active and about, you'll see that there's some interesting symbols and emojis that are going on, and some people look at it and they're like, oh, I know what that is. I got that right away. And then there's some people that have no idea what it is, and they could be walking into a very dangerous situation or a sketchy situation that they might not be comfortable with. I had a friend who is newer to the apps. They were in a long-time relationship, so they never really had that, and they got divorced, and they were starting to explore the world. And they seen someone with a little party hat and a little red balloon, and they're like, oh, this looks like it's a party. It looks like it's going to be so much fun. And then they got there, and there was a bunch of people.
It was a party, but...
It was a party, but it wasn't the party he was expecting. He thought he was going to have some drinks, meet new friends, explore. And it turned out to be 6 people in someone's garage all doing meth.
Oh.
And he was not ready for that, and he ran. He ran so fast for the hills. So
Party had emoji.
party had emoji.
Okay.
And party balloons. That usually is indicating methamphetamines. It's usually indicating part T.
Okay.
Capital T for Tina, which is another nickname for methamphetamines.
Which is terrible
Which
because
is-
I love Tina Turner, and that's just me.
I love ex-Tina. Aguilera, not.
Yeah.
But you just never know what you're going to get.
Right, you're looking for connection. We have hookup culture, we have connection, but now we have different types of transactions going on these apps. How have we seen the shift when it comes down to connection, when it comes down to like what people are looking for? Are we setting ourselves up here?
I think it all depends on how you perceive.
Okay, explain that.
So it's a great tool and it's a great resource. It's a great connection to meet people. But again, to any great thing, there is a negative side. And the negative side is it can lead you down a rabbit hole that you were never expected to get in the first place. And you never know where it's going to lead. And
How do we set ourselves up for safety? Or how do you perceive with being on the apps, how do you set yourself up for safety procedures, for boundaries when it comes to recognizing or experiencing or, navigating these things?
So, I mean, I not a full expert, but
But you have your own personal...
I have my own personal takes on everything, and I try to stay as educated as possible. And usually my friends come to me with like, oh, what does this symbol mean? And what are they talking about when they do this and when they do that? So I think as long as you go in it with a level head and an open mind, you can navigate fairly well. But if you're, I don't want to use the term uneducated in a negative way, but if you're uneducated in the sense of you don't know what certain things are.
Maybe naive.
Naive, that is a much better term. Thank you, Jamal. If you go into the situation not fully knowing what's happening, when the other person in their own way was saying, well, this is it. This is what's happening.
Right.
But you don't know. Then things can get ugly real quick.
Okay, so that turns us back to these emojis, these new ways of communication. And we at Impulse want to educate you on the dangers that might lurk out there just through a simple emoji. And can you walk us through some of this homework that you gave us?
I'm
Yeah,
confused.
so I'm gonna bring out a blank sheet right here.
Oh, were you gonna quiz it? Oh,
I'm gonna-
it's time to play the emoji game. You can play at home too. Just follow along. And how does the game work? You're gonna show us the emoji. We have to guess.
So we're gonna go through. There's a handful here, and we're just gonna go through to see what you think it means to you
Okay.
and what it actually means. So most of them are relevant. Some of them are a little older or not used as much, but they're still out there. I still see them on a regular basis.
Okay.
So we'll start with our little cute blowfish, our little friendly blowfish on the top here.
Okay.
So what does that mean to you?
So I put blowfish, child, because that's all I know.
I mean, I just figured. Well, blow. It's got the word blow in it, so I figured it's cocaine.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yay! Also, I went like with catfish, but I was like, no one's gonna say that they're catfishing you, and there's no catfish emoji, right?
There is no catfish.
I'm not
emoji.
attracted to blowfish, so I would have blew right past that.
Yeah.
I
Okay, so
would've
they're
been
just
like,
so
girl.
that's cocaine.
So blowfish is cocaine. Another
Okay.
thing for cocaine could be our lovely little magic 8
8 ball.
Yes.
Okay,
Because,
yeah.
Very old school.
Certain quantity of cocaine would be known as an 8 ball.
8 ball. Yeah.
What's this? Is the candy
could-
like an also drugs?
Candy is also
MDMA,
drugs.
right?
It is.
Okay.
Don't
So
take candy from
diff-
strangers.
Please.
Unless you know them. No, I'm joking. Totally
They're
joking.
not strangers. And they're not strangers.
So there are other types of party drugs, but this would be more club or rave drug. So no one, if they're doing ecstasy, MDMA, Molly, things of that nature.
But I know they're not getting high on gasoline.
No. So what do you take
Weed,
gasoline
child.
to mean?
Weed.
So in Spanish, there's a very famous song that is called Gasolina.
Gasolina.
Yes, and it's about a woman that keeps asking for more gasoline, but what the guy in the song means is that she keeps asking him for more money. Is that what that means?
No.
Oh, well, then I'm way off. And then that song means...
So it isn't necessarily a drug, but it's gas because the person who has the drug is willing to deliver. So this actually goes into dealing.
Oh, it's a delivery.
See,
So this is showing a delivery service.
In
Yeah.
certain urban settings, we call weed gas.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah, we
You-
say, give me that gas.
But that is the gas delivered?
But this is delivery for...
Okay.
So-
I feel like we're doing yoga because that was a stretch.
So what would you take the one right underneath that?
Plug.
That's a plug. That's
The
a
drug
dealer.
dealer.
That you get.
So if you were to
plug.
see the plug and the gas tank, that means he
okay.
a mobile
I'm
gas
a mobile,
dealer.
but
Ah.
that's
Not
mobile
drug
weed
dealer.
dealer. That's usually a mobile weed
Hey,
dealer.
bring me some gasoline too. Shit.
So a lot of context, yes, but it also depends on the context of the conversation and what they're doing, and depending on the type of
So what's the
emoji.
chocolate bar? Because I don't want to come across racist.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go out there because I'm the black person. BBC.
Oh.
I want some chocolate. I want some BBC.
Wouldn't they use an eggplant then?
It would be chocolate eggplant usually.
Ah, okay.
So it has nothing to do with the
You are
chocolate.
sucking the BBC.
It actually has to do with the fact that it's a chocolate bar.
Oh, a bar.
bar.
So that's like opioids,
So,
like Xanax, and
Xanax,
stuff like that.
yes.
Xan.
So
Got
Xanax,
it.
when you get the pill, if you get like a 2 milligram
It does
pill,
look like
there's
a little
four
bar.
little. It's a bar, and
Bar,
there's four
yeah.
little notches for you to
Got
do
it.
it. So this is actually indicating.
It's like a crossword puzzle for adults.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the crystal ball?
Crystal meth.
Oh, Mortina. Okay,
Look
got
into my
it.
crystal
The
ball.
mushrooms are obviously people that want to play
That-
Mario Brothers.
But also
Yes,
the
exactly.
mushrooms usually indicate I have a shroom head.
Oh, for your
For your
pinga?
dick.
So
Oh.
a lot of these, it all can go into context.
Ah, okay.
So if you're talking in that way on one of the apps and you're talking about that, it's like, oh well, I got
Shroom
a
head.
mushroom. then you know what you're talking about. But
Just
if they're
one
like,
mushroom is very different than mushrooms.
you wanna come over and do some mushrooms.
So it's plural versus singular. Big.
But
diff.
nobody really asks to eat. Come over and let's do some shrooms.
You never know. Don't knock their yum. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some people who
So
like
what's
the
this?
all natural.
I do shrooms, but it's just.
So if you see Jamal with the shroom, you know.
I think a lot of people who know me know.
What's this test tube with some sort of
So I'll give you a
chemical
little.
liquid?
I'll give
Does
you a
that mean
little-
like a Bill Nye fantasy?
So it is one that we've already discussed, but again, showing different derivatives.
Chemsex?
It's made in a lab
Oh.
or a trailer home.
Okay.
If we're gonna be
Okay.
stereotypical.
Got it.
Okay.
So it's another one for meth
Okay.
because it's.
Oh my God! I have a good
lab
joke
made.
that I heard.
Tell it.
It's a little racist, but it's funny. So this this lady was like, I can't believe you all keep saying that white people can't cook. Who's been cooking all your meth? She said it, not me.
It's
I'm
funny because it's
screaming.
true.
Speaking of me, I see a banana.
Now this one is a little
Uncut
a little
dick.
hard.
A little hard, right?
A little-
Is it a
hard.
green banana?
It's this is actually drug.
What?
It's not
Drug?
sex. It is. It's drug. It's
That
not
means
sex.
dick. A banana? A peelback banana?
What's the
That's a
what
untick-
drug is banana?
So banana is for Oxycontin or Percocets.
Really?
Because one of the main components is hydrocodone. And hydrocodone used to be known as the banana pill because it's a big yellow pill.
Holy, okay. We went from listen.
I
We
know.
went from doing.
It gets deep.
This is
It
Cirque du
gets-
Soleil now,
it
mama.
gets-
This is
Girl, I'm doing backflips.
this is no longer yoga.
I thought this was a big
Okay.
uncut dick.
The next one is a train. I know
You
what
see
that
what
is.
my-
That's my ex.
You run a train on somebody. Please don't tell me this is a drug too.
It
Did
is
you?
another drug.
What? This is I want a train
It is a train
of dicks.
of Adderall.
What?
So for
I'm confused.
Choo
so,
choo?
so for people like me, I have ADHD and I am on Adderall.
Okay.
So when I take my Adderall, the best way I describe it is on a normal day, my brain is like 18 trains running on no schedule, so close to derailing or crashing into each other at any moment in time.
Train is
And when
not
I
my
take
ex.
my Adderall, it goes down to like 4 trains on a nice normal schedule.
Wow.
But now for people who don't have ADHD, when they take Adderall, it makes them super hyper focused.
Yeah.
So when they do it, it's like a train. You have that train of thought in your head and you're just
train
going.
of thought.
So
Okay.
it's typically A train, or you
Wow.
could see the A and then just a pill. So that's another way to be saying Adderall.
We know what the A ball is. What's the lightning? Poppers? No? Speed?
MDMA?
Really? A lightning?
Lightning bolt.
Okay.
So that's
you
why.
see how good I am at this, child.
I mean, listen. Some of them are so
Most of
are
these were
self-sufficient.
sexual
self-sufficient.
references for me.
I know. I'm not to burst your bubble here. There's not a single one here that is a sexual reference.
Not even the money is an escort. That means I want to get paid for my poom poom. Right? Am I wrong?
It all goes,
What is going on?
You're
I
gonna
thought I
pay-
was really good at this.
Wow.
it all goes into context.
Okay.
Oh.
So now, if you see the little money guy and like a little present, okay, he's they're looking for someone generous. They're looking for gifts. But if you see little money guy, little plug, little gas guy, I'm a dealer, or just little that and little that, I'm a dealer.
Huh.
I have-
So it just means money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
In
gonna be
whatever
paying-
way the transaction is going to go.
So it still kind of
It
goes
could be
into selling the
drugs,
poom
sex, or anything.
Exactly. It's just
Okay.
I'm looking
Okay.
for money.
Okay.
Okay, so I did not get an A.
Well,
on this.
we
And
learned-
last but not, but there's one more. Just because we're in
The
Florida,
tree.
we did
Oh, the
palm
tree.
marijuana.
Well, that's marijuana.
Marijuana. That's,
Yeah.
that's the easiest
That's
one.
easy.
Well, I mean, we you can see what
Girl, I
our
got
old
an
ass
F.
is, child. Our old ass is
There's no sign for Quaaludes?
I could
yeah,
be wrong, but I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that was discontinued in 1985.
Oh, sorry, I'm old.
I mean, you are talking. We look young,
But if you
we're-
get a little bit of A, a little bit of B, a
Little-
little bit of C, mix it all
You know,
together.
Some-
Child.
Okay. You get a blowfish on a train.
Now the reason I did harp so much on the meth is because Florida in general, but South Florida especially, and especially in the gay community, it
Uh-huh.
is starting to run rampant.
Starting?
Well, it's been, but it's definitely been on a huge
Uptick.
rise. It doesn't matter. If you go on any app at any time, you're going to see someone symbolizing something for either meth or looking to buy. And listen, I personally have never tried it. I know plenty of people who have. I know plenty of people who've gotten help. I know people who still are like, I'm just going to live my life and do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that needs to be addressed because especially some of the newer gays coming into the scene who have no idea what's going on. They just turned 18. They just downloaded some of the apps and they're like, oh, I'm going to go do this and this and this. And they have no idea what they're walking into.
So what's the root cause of this? Or what, from your perspective, what is the root cause of this? And how have the apps played into this fed this culture?
So the apps playing into it, I think it just made it a hell of a lot easier of an access. Because you could throw up a symbol, someone's like, oh, I know what he's talking about. And like, okay, we can go do this. Oh, I know, we got Ronnie around the corner. We can go meet up with him and do all this. But I think the root cause of doing it, everyone is different. It could be past trauma. It could be boredom. It could be other drugs that got too expensive and those are a lot cheaper and they get almost the same effect. There's so many different causes that get them there. But what I have learned is if they're there, they're the only ones who are ever going to come out of it. You can talk to them all day long. If you knew someone who's struggling and you try to talk to them and offer them help and everything else, you could say it till the cows come home. Unless they are ready to actually get help, they're not going to do it.
And if you or somebody that you know is struggling with addiction, please contact us and we'll make sure that we connect you with resources. That is what we are here for.
Yes.
No judgment at all.
No.
We don't care if you party, we all party. Just make sure that it's not hurting those around you or yourself.
And my next question was going to be, how do we shift the conversation from being judgmental of people who suffer or who are going through addiction to support for them? Like, what does that look like within the framework of this community or even this organization?
So here at Impulse, we do have a lot of great resources that we can help people who are ready to do it. We can't force anyone to stop doing what they're doing. Even if it's hurting you watching a loved one go through everything, again, until they are actually physically and mentally ready to say no more, they're not going to do anything. I'm not condoning the use of drugs at any point in this conversation for anyone who's listening. But again, some of the resources for at least risk reduction up on our Instagram and our website. We do have our handy dandy drug interaction chart.
Thank you.
Which is an amazing resource for people who are doing stuff who might be exploring with a little bit more or don't know what their limits are and
Not
things like that.
everything mixes well.
Not everything mixes well at all. Even with poppers with certain drugs could potentially
here's a
lead to
shocker.
the unaliving.
Here's a shocker that most people don't know. Poppers and Viagra do
Don't
not
mix.
go well together.
No.
It's really bad for you.
Poppers and cocaine.
No, it'll lower your blood pressure, lead to a heart attack. So what are some harm reduction tactics that we can take? Is knowing this chart a part of the
The toolkit that you can have.
Sadly, this is just a very small step. At least getting the knowledge out there to people who are unknowledgeable, they'll at least be able to make better and informed decisions for themselves by putting themselves in these types of situations, and at least they know what they're getting themselves into. If you are with someone you are suspecting anything, safe sex all the way. Always use a condom.
Get on prep.
Get on PrEP. DoxyPEP. I don't practice what I preach, but I'm preaching. Get condoms, DoxyPEP, PrEP. But especially with someone who is actively using, and especially certain drugs, if they're the harder drugs, the best thing you could do is use a condom and protect yourself. Because sadly, you don't know how deep they've gone. You don't know if they were sharing needles. You don't know what they've been doing. If you are doing the drugs, do you know where the drugs came from? Do you use a fentanyl testing kit? That's another issue that's been running rampant down here. We have overdoses down here constantly.
Yeah.
It's all just about being well informed and as educated as you could be.
I want to bring up something a little different that has a lot to do with the apps. not just the hookup apps that we use, but just any app on our phone, like with social media and stuff like that. It's been studied and proved that there is a response, like a
Dopamine effect.
dopamine response, to the clicking, to seeing, what happened next. Did I get a notification? Did someone send me a message? Who's the next? Do you think that has, is that kind of like a little gateway into you getting into bigger trouble?
In the sense of the drugs, no. But if you look at it from that point of view, it's an addiction. It's 100% an addiction. You could be, out for a run, and then all of a sudden you feel your phone going off. Are you going to keep running? You're going to stop and look and see what just happened.
True.
And I feel like it's just, again, as you said, the dopamine release. It's that you get all these messages on certain apps and for things like that, or you post something on Instagram and you just see, oh my God, I just got 500 likes on this one post and it's only been up for an hour. Mm-hmm. It's an addiction. It's giving you a positive validation about yourself, and it's just giving you that and giving you more and more and more.
Yeah, because there's a getting a validation from someone liking a photo on Instagram versus someone liking a photo on your Grindr profile. They really like you.
Yeah.
So I guess people keep coming back to that. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Pleasure activation.
But then going back into something you said earlier about how it's changed us. If we're in the middle of a conversation on, Grindr or whatever, and you're getting the likes and you're getting all this other stuff and all these things are going. But now let's flip it. If someone came up to you and was like, wow, you're really pretty. Mm-hmm. People don't know how to take that anymore. We have put ourselves in such a cyber world that the human-to-human interaction part of things is becoming a complete disconnect.
Come through, Mikey. You better preach.
I'm trying. Because I come from the time where you can walk up to someone like, hey, I think you're really attractive. Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah.
As simple as that. You get a no, you get a no. You get a yes, you have a conversation, you see where things go. But if you try that now in any of these bars, they look at you like you have 10 heads. What the hell are you doing talking to me?
Right. You should have texted me.
You should have texted me.
Yeah, from across the bar.
Which I've seen, by the way, as someone that worked in gay bars for many, many years. I've seen people literally, only two people at the bar, and they will not talk to each other, but they will be messaging each other on the app. So, in conclusion,
that's why we have created this space here, this podcast, to reach out to all of you, to educate all of you on these nuances, on any topic that we have held on this podcast, to educate you more on how to build better community, how to build a better relationship with yourself, and also that we are always open and inviting you into community with us.
Yeah,
just sitting
to
here
remind
on
you, talk it out. You know, like anything. I think that's the one thing that you can see across any episode that we have here is that it boils down to just talking to each other, talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mikey, so much for coming and talking to us today.
Of course, anytime.
I hope you all had a great time with us today. I want to remind you all to subscribe, follow, and hit that notification bell so you know when our next video comes up. My name is Carlos.
And I'm Jamal.
And we'll see you next time at the Impulse Podcast. Bye.